All right, hi everybody. It's Bonkai 922. I just saw this video. Oh my god! I had to put it on favorites on YouTube. It was so fucking funny. It was called. Let me just. This is going to be the review for Pet Girl Sakura. I just want to briefly state this. It's called My Reaction to Recent Drama YouTube Anime Community Tribute, and it's done by Modern Manga Ace. Pretty much everybody was in this video. Uber, Kari, King of Lightning. Go check it out when you have a chance. And even yours truly. Yeah, I'm in the video. Like, and the clip the guy used was like, I think it was the review of one of the fairy tale chapters I did. And I said, pulling out of your ass, you getting the troll face. I think that was the fairy tale review. I don't know. Go check it out when you have a chance. Okay. Batgirl of Sakuraso, episode 13. As always, I get a message from this subscriber. I'm pretty sure he's a subscriber. I don't know. I don't know exactly if he is or not. But this subscriber always, when I was reviewing SAO and when I review Batgirl of Sakuraso, he always comes out like gangbusters, giving me a message, a PM of saying, posting a message in my inbox saying, oh, this week, man. And the guy's name is Pantone12. And once again, he did it. And he was saying about what was happening in the episode and stuff. And this is right. You gotta remember something about this episode. And this was called A Stone Throw Away from Winter. This is right after the whole thing with Mashiro almost leaving. And Sorota, he, I don't know hard time saying that, man. He, was hugging her, the whole bit. And in this episode, what was realized was the fact that, Mashiro is going through these emotions now. And this is the only thing I have to say, Sorota, is this. Man, you are dense like a fucking wooden block. Like, get your head out of the clouds, man. Like, this is one problem I hate with these kinds of shows. These romantic comedies, romantic animes. The main character, is fucking clueless. Like, what the? Like, are you really that stupid? You really that dense? And it's not just him. It's Jin as well. But Jin is a different story. He's a womanizer and shit. But I mean, you can't be that dense, Sorota. Really? Damn him. Anyway, let's get into the summary. So basically, what happens? We have him, and we have him and Jin. Well, first he wakes up. Then we have him and Jin. And he has a dream of them on the roof. And then all of a sudden, Mashiro and Misaki Senpai, they're going on this cat. They're heavy in stitches. But as he's talking to him about the dream and everything. And then all of a sudden, here comes Nanami with Mashiro. And she's like, oh, well, you want to talk to Sorota. And like, we don't know what she wants. And she's like, what'd you come here for? And she says, I don't know. She's really weird. She's acting really abnormal than what she really acts like. And then she and from this episode I can gather much. What it is simple. She's in love with Sorota. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. Now, I'm a little pissed off at Sorota, and I'll give into details of that later. But right now, summary, and that's basically what happens there. And then they're at school, and we even have a scene with him and Nanami, and she's even telling him, like, I do know what's going on. She says, I do know what's going on with Mashiro, but I'm not going to tell you. And he's like, yeah, you're being a little mean. I'm like, no, I'm not. And she's running away. And I'm like, Sorota, get your head out of your ass, man. It's obvious. Hello? It's obvious. What's going on here? So, pretty much then, and we got, Nanami, she's talking to her friends, and they're telling her that she needs to write what she did before. Because she totally burned that guy. The guy asked her out, and she says, no. Dumped him. She dumped him, just rejected him completely. So they were telling her to face up on that. And they were saying, oh, if you don't, rumors have been going on that Kanda, Sorota, is going out with Mashiro. So, pretty much, that's what's happening. Now, at that scene, we more or less have a thing with, we have this thing with Mashiro, and she wants to cook. Yeah, she wants to cook. She wants to cook for Sorota, and it's like, and she's like, it's such a funny moment because she's in front of this door and everything. It's just, I want to cook, and then she starts cooking and shit. I'm like, and he's trying to help her, and then she gets her finger cut, and there's a whole bit on that. And I think a few other things happened in this episode. No, I think that was it. Yeah, there was that scene. And, Hiden has a conversation with her editor about it and saying how that something must have changed her and she's becoming more like a normal girl instead of what she used to be. And then she starts asking Sorota, like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the old Mashiro or do you prefer the new one? And he's saying, I prefer the old one. And she's like, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter because in the end, it's still Mashiro. You're still getting Mashiro. And you're in love with him and stuff. And then after that meeting with the editor, he goes back home and he sees a letter. Because he got apparently the event was highly praised. The whole cultural festival event that they did. And he got a letter. He posted it out to the gaming thing and posted it out already. And he got a letter mailed in to him, and he's opening it. And he's supposedly going to tell him if he was accepted or not. He opens it up. He's like, oh! He's reading it. And he crunches it. And it seems like I said no. And that's when we have this. This is really emotional moment. But I blame Sorota on this. Because shouldn't have said what he said at this moment. So he's depressed and he's asking Sheena, did you do your manga? Did you finish it? And she says, I'm cooking. She says she was cooking. And what about your manga? And she said she finished it. And he's crunching, and as she's talking about cooking, he crunches and he's staring at her, and he's saying, he's yelling at her. And I'm like, come on. Yelling at her and saying, it's really important. You should do your manga, and everything. And then she starts the tone of her voice changes, Mashiro. And she's like, you have to tell me what this emotion, it hurts here. And she's trying to explain to him about what she's feeling. This emotion that she's feeling at this moment. And more or less, what she's trying to tell him is that she's in love. And she needs to... And then, after that scene, it was Sorota's fault for this. Because, I understand his frustration, but that's no reason to put it on her. So, after that scene, Uh, he's basically in his room and he's looking at things, and it's obvious that she is hurting from this emotion, this love. She's never felt this before, and all of a sudden now she does, and she's hurt from it. Then we're introduced to Misaki. Uh, yeah, Misaki Senpai. She shows up, and she wants, hey, she's in a Santa outfit and everything, and she wants Sorota to go to her room. I was like, coming down from the, and then as he's about to go in her room, here comes Nanami. Knock on wood. And they go both in there, and she's trying to tell Sorota and Nanami about the fact that she's trying to get Jin, confess her feelings to him and love him. And every time he does something, he's trying to avoid her. It's like, oh, I'm tired, and she's like, and then she decides that to tell Sorota and Nanami, don't come in this room at Christmas Eve. It's gonna be me and Jin alone. And I'm like, ah! It was so funny, that moment. And then they leave, and then Nanami's standing there because I forgot to mention this. Nanami was given 2 tickets to this play on Christmas Eve from Jin because he can't go, and he gives it to Nanami. And then she's blushing. She's in front of Sorota. She says, "Oh, can I go to your room?" So they go. She doesn't go all the way in the room. She's just in the doorway, and she asks him, he would go with her, and she's blushing. It's like one of those moments. One of those, moments in the show. And what ends on happening is she says yes, and they do a pinky swear and everything. And I'm like, what's this? And that's what's going to happen on Christmas Eve. He's going to go. And that's actually the next episode. Christmas Eve. So, and then he also forgot Sorota to give Mashiro this letter of this party on, I believe, New Year's Eve. So, and we have a scene with Mashiro in her room holding the pillow. So she's distraught. This is really crazy. I mean, Pantone 12, this is an emotion, you're right, this is an emotion she's never experienced before. And that's pretty much where the episode ends. Now, so next week is going to be more like Christmas Eve. He's going to go with Nanami to this play and everything, and so on and so forth. Now, it's real. I don't want to be mad at Sorota, but this guy is fucking dense, man. Wake up and smell the coffee. I mean, the fact that he doesn't... makes me angry, Because, it's understandable. Because Mashiro has never experienced this emotion before. Now, he obviously doesn't want her to be like this. He wanted her to be like, the old Mashiro, where she does her manga and stuff. And it was upon his frustration that he yelled at her like that. But, so on and so forth. But for overall, I think I'll give this a 4. I'll give this a 4 out of 5. Next week should be interesting. Christmas Eve, with Nanami. It's kind of weird that, he's getting closer with Nanami. And now the thing with Mashiro seems to be hanging out there. But we'll see. I don't think it's going to be like one of those things where, nothing occurs. But it's moving along. And I wonder where this is going to head with this development. I really wonder where it's going to go from here. But overall, this was a good episode of Peko Sakuraso. Stone's Throw Away from Winter. Next week it's Christmas Eve, and in the preview, Sorota says to himself, maybe I'll chant a sutra. The next episode actually is called Window and Lights on Christmas Eve. So, he's going to go on his date with Nanami. Oh, man. Sorota, wake up and smell the coffee! Because he needs to know that, you need to know, Sorota, that this is Sorota. You know, gotta know, Shiro's in love with you. Wake up and smell the coffee. You're the guy. Come on. Wake up and smell the coffee, man. Now, this is plain and simple. And yeah, that's the story. So today, seeing as how I'm doing this now and I'm gonna upload it, later today, it'll be a mixed bag, I guess, of videos. It's probably not gonna be a lot. It's just gonna be Batum. I might just do the Batum review. And what else? Oh yeah, Batum and Oni-chan. That's gonna be it though. After those two, I'm not gonna do any until I finish watching the rest of all the other shows. So that's all I got for you guys. This is Bankai 922. I'll see you guys later. Sorota, get your head out of the ass and start thinking like a man. Mashiro wants. Mashiro wants the D. I'll let you guys think about that for a minute. What she wants. She wants the D. She wants Sorota's. Yeah. See ya.